Okay, guys, so we've run into a little bit of a problem that starting pitcher, I can't think of his name right now, is wanting more money. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to dump Yasiel Sierra's contract, which we're paying, I don't even know how much. It's like 3.5 million, I want to say, for the next 2 years, plus Jonathan Dzedik and Stur Calendario. Now, if you recognize his name, you should. We signed him in the first episode. Our second episode, I should say, for 3.75 million. He has completely fallen off a cliff. His defense is awful. His ratings are awful. And even though he's performed well, he doesn't have a future here. So we're trading them for Lourdes Guerrero Jr., who is not panned out in this game. Actually, he's pretty terrible. And he's pretty terrible. But Toronto is retaining 90% of his salary. So we will only have to pay barely anything. So we're going to complete that trade, and then we are going to go to Luis Reboller. I bet it's Reboller. His nickname's Tiny. He's 5'10". Wow, he's short. Okay. And amazingly, Toronto. So we sabotaged our opponents, even though they made that offer in the first place. Anyway, we're going to offer him $20 million for the next couple years, and his opt-outs will be 21 and 22 respectively. So we will do that. And yes, so now it is a 6-year, 23 million or something like that. So we'll just go ahead and sim up to the Rule 5 draft without cutting out. Honestly, we've signed, once this ends, I will show that we signed Dylan Bundy, as well as who's the other guy's name? We signed that reliever, the international reliever, that was so good. However, the problem with him is that he is a negative person or an unmotivated person, so he might bring down the clubhouse a little bit. However, we do have a bunch of leaders, so I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, moving on. We are at the Rule 5 draft, and we've not gotten any response from Reballer. So anyway, before I jump into the Rule 5 draft, I do want to show who is signed where, I should say. Los Angeles has been active. They just signed Dan Otero. Oakland signed Tony Watson. Philadelphia signed Liam Hendricks. Jeremy Jeffress signed Los Angeles. Addison Reed did sign with us. I do want to point that out for $5 million, so that I do feel like we got a pretty good deal there. Garrett Cole signed with Houston for $94 million over 5. Dylan Bundy signed with us. William Opena, that is a name I have not heard in a while. Anyway, moving on. Billy Butler signed St. Louis. We did get that guy. He ended up taking our first contract, 4 years, $27 million. Sonny Gray signed with Toronto, so they're trying to go after 2 starters there. So anyway, and this guy signed with New York for 3 years, $14 million. So anyway, moving on, I'm going to go ahead and cut out, save all my guys, and then we will jump into the Rule 5 draft. Okay, so we're here at the Rule 5 draft. We have the 7th overall pick. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Wow, there seems to be a bunch of guys here. Wow. Okay, so we're going to auto draft until the next pick by Kansas City. I'm assuming some of these guys get taken, right? Not as many as I was expecting. I do need a starter. If there are any starters, I will happily take them. Jaron Long is 28, not exactly the youth we're looking for. 24. Albert Alzolay. Connor Wade is 28 as well. Brett Anderson, no. So not exactly what we're looking. We could take Nick Nelson, who's 24. I don't think he'll ever realize that potential, though. 24 in AA does not speak well of his development. So we might just take this 28-year-old John Long. He's not going to discover that potential anytime soon, but he was fantastic in AAA. We're going to take Jaron Long to be part of our rotation. We're going to draft him, and then we will see if there's anybody else we want to take. Maybe a bullpen guy. So reliever there. And Grant Holmes, 23. Ooh, this might be a guy I want to take. Grant Holmes. I think I'm going to take Grant Holmes. It's a risk, and he probably will not make it out of spring training just because he has not had any experience above A ball. I guess, why did I click reliever? Let me make sure there's no one else. If we go up. I find it a little cheesy to take guys such as this because there's no way that guy should be in the Rule 5 draft, although he'd be a fantastic 4th outfielder. I'm not going to take him, though. There's a reason no other teams took him. He'll probably drop to 1 star in spring training. Kilbert's, no, he's never been out of. Yeah, I think we're just gonna take this this reliever here, Grant Holmes, or we could take Rowan Wick, who I kind of like, but he's a bullpen guy. I think Grant Holmes can start too, which that could be important to us if we don't get that starter. Yeah, we're gonna take Grant Holmes. A risk pick. That nothing bad can come out of it. So we're gonna take Grant Holmes with the 2nd round, and we will complete the draft after that. So that's the end of the Rule 5. I'm gonna cut out again until I get some information back from the guys I'm trying to sign. I also want to mention before I let you guys off that I'm offering. If we go down here, please hurry. We gave an offer to Sean Rodriguez as well as, just Sean Rodriguez. So he's a utility guy. He could be important to us. So anyway, now I'm going to cut out until probably those guys get back to us, or if not, the beginning of the preseason. Okay, guys, we got him. We got Luis Revelar for, I think, 6/132. So he is literally taking up more than a fourth of our money, I should say. So with that, we also got Zach Davies. So I'm liking this team. I don't think we're a playoff team quite yet, but where is he? I need to go here. Luis Revelar. If we go, so there's our pitching rotation. We got Revelar, Junis, Davies, Long, and Buddy. And our bullpen is a work in progress, but ideally you'd want Holmes at long relief for the future. We got a bunch of injured guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 injured guys there. Faedo, he's fallen off a cliff. I called him up at the end of the year. He looks more like just a middle relief, long relief option. As well as Blewitz. I don't know. He may be a spot starter. He'll probably start out the year in AAA, but anyway, that's for another time. So yeah, we're going to cut out now. It's December 24th. We're going to cut out until probably the end of spring training, because I think that's all we're going to do in the offseason. Okay, guys, we are finally at opening day here. Just simmed through spring training. If we go to the spring coverage, we went 9-19. Pitching was pretty bad, I'll be honest. However, I made a couple moves that I want to show you guys. So if we go to transaction history, I left you guys off at the free agent signing of Revelar. We first traded Dylan Bundy, who's apparently now injured, Nicky Lopez, our starting shortstop from last year, and Cody Sedlock, a failed starter that we got in the Alcides Escobar trade, for Michael Taylor, a 4th outfielder type, and they covered all of his salaries. So there's that. And we also traded Roman Collins for Tom Robson, a purely financial trade to get his $500K salary off the books, to sign Nathan Eovaldi, who was going to be a part of our bullpen on opening day, but it looks like he got hurt for 3 weeks, so he's on the DL. Our new trainer has not helped in that aspect. JT Chargo is out for 8 weeks. Kevin McCarthy's out for 9 months. And and now Kyle Zimmer's out for 1 to 2 weeks. So anyway, moving on. I do want to check the lineups and the pitching rotation. Pitching rotation, we have Revelar, Davies, Blewett, Junis, and Long. A pretty decent one. I do like my top 2 guys. After that, Chun is our closer. Roscoe is our setup. Roscoe and Reed are our setup guys. Faedo, I'm not sure what to expect from him, to be honest. And Sparkman and Young, who we claimed off of waivers at the end of the year, as our middle relief, and Grant Holmes as our long relief, who was a Rule 5 pick. His ratings have fallen off, which is too bad. Moving on to the lineups, Aramis Reese are our catchers. Samir Duñez has continued to improve. He'll probably get the starting first base or DH soon. O'Hearn is our starting first baseman for now. Mondesi and Odor are middle infield. Odor's ratings have continued to improve, so hopefully he can actually produce. Profar is our utility guy. Reyes is our starting third baseman. Escalara, no idea where this guy came from, but he's going to be our starting left fielder because I like his ratings. Miller is our starting center fielder. Hopefully he can improve upon that 2.5 WAR last year. And where's the right fielder? Oh, Seth Beer is our right fielder, which, holy crap, he looks good, doesn't he? I'm super pumped for him. Hopefully he can produce in his first full year. And also we have Sir as DH, which should help his WAR and production overall, I should say. Moving on, if we go to the preseason predictions here, we're expected to go 78-84, not the last in the division this time. And I already checked, we have no top 10 hitters and no top 10 pitchers. Who's expected to be the best? Looks like the Boston Red Sox are expected to be the best in the league. Moving on, I do want to check top prospects as well. I know Beer's quite up there. He's number 2 behind this Juan Liberato guy. He will eventually age out of that. And then we have as well Dante Neverson, who we drafted with number 1 overall pick in 2019. So I'm hopeful for this guy. He can hopefully be pretty good. Even if he doesn't pan out, he's still got some great batting ratings. So I won't be too disappointed with if he actually pans out to be that kind of batter. So yeah, that is the team. I'm expecting a 500 record. I just hope we can continue to improve. If we go to info, we have improved every single year. 54 to 58 to 71. So if we can get 80, 85 wins, I will be extremely, extremely happy. Really, if Riballer, I'm gonna have to get used to saying the name, doesn't produce, he could be gone at the end of the year because he's taking up a fourth of our, not even more than that, 20 of 65, like almost a third of our salary, which is crazy. So yeah, if he doesn't produce, he could very well end up being gone after this year. It really depends on how he does. But anyway, that's going to be the video. Make sure to hit that like button. Leave any comments or suggestions down below if you want to know how a person's doing. Just I'll let you know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and this is MegaDoseGaming signing out.